Hey guys, today we're gonna do the releases for the neck with some resistance, so self neck release, okay? So it is helpful to get yourself a towel or a scarf, but for the first ones, we're actually just gonna have a chair and our hands. So if you need to pause and get your props, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, sit with me. And this is awesome for traps, low traps, and levator scap release. Also really awesome for sternocleidomastoid, scalenes, all that stuff. But some of the biggest release really tends to be like levator scap, which is a really hard one to release too. And sometimes it'll get exacerbated by this, but usually you just go in the other direction. And you know, that's a tougher muscle to release. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start. So you're gonna sit nice and straight, and then you're either gonna do, or you'd teach your client to turn their head all the way to whichever direction and just start to feel where that end range is. So I'm actually pretty tight today on my right side, and then feel into the other side as well. And a good way to make a mental note is to find a gazing point actually as far to your periphery as you can. So as far, like I'm turning left, so as far as to my left as I can see. And that's kind of a note for myself of how far. And again, kind of how far I can see that way. Okay. And then to release my right side, I'm going to turn to where I start to get a little discomfort, and then I'm going to come back from that. So you want to begin where there isn't pain or discomfort really. So I'm turning, and then again, I'm just kind of coming back from that spot. And then I like to take the same hand as the side I'm turning towards, and then you get like your palm all the way against your face. So I've got contact from my jaw all the way up to my parietal ridge basically. And then thumb can rest, or it can be active because you're going to be pretty active. So I'm sitting nice and tall, and I breathe in, and as I exhale, I gently press my head back towards the center, and I'm resisting myself with my hand. And on my next exhale, I'm going to relax my head and neck, and I'm still giving a little pressure with my hand. So now I can turn a little further, and then I'm going to breathe in and out, no pressing, and then big deep breath in. As I exhale, I'm turning back towards my midline again, back towards the center, and I'm pressing with my hand against my head and neck, right? I'm resisting myself here. And I'm matching my own pressure. I'm not hurting myself. I don't have to prove to myself how strong I am against myself. I'm just resisting, just activating everything. Breathe in, and as I exhale, I relax my head and neck, and I can turn it a little deeper. Now, if you move into pain, you want to come back from that. It's okay to feel a little stretch, but pain is not what we want right now. Breathe in, relaxing, exhale, no pressing, just holding. And then again, big deep breath in, exhale, pressing back towards the midline. And relaxing, exhale, relaxing the head and neck. And then I'm coming through. Now I'm gonna gently turn back to the center and relax that arm down. So you do want to move nice and slow, because it can be uncomfortable if there's injury or pain or inflammation going on. So now we're going to go to the other side. So turning to that side, just where there's discomfort. And again, you guys can probably see like how different my range is right now. There's a lot of tension on my right side. So going to that left side, and sometimes doing the opposite side will actually get you the relief in the other way, because you are turning in the direction. So this actually activates levator. So we're gonna do the same thing. I've got that contact of my palm to my face, so right at the jaw, all the way up to the parietal. Big deep breath in. And exhaling, I'm gently pressing my head back towards the center. And I'm drawing my shoulder simultaneously away. So the opposite shoulder is kind of pulling away as my head is kind of turning towards the midline. So I'm resisting me. And relaxing on the exhale. Big deep breath in. Relaxing exhale. Big breath in. I'm gonna press back towards the midline. Right now with my hand and my talking, it reminds me of that. I don't know if you guys did it when you were little, but I'll show you what we did when I was little. Hopefully it's not offensive. And relax it. Good. Relaxing breath in and out. And then again, big deep breath in. And exhale, turn to the midline. I can feel this really lovely stretch. Actually, both sides of my neck and shoulders. Breathing in. And relaxing on the exhale. And then nice and slow, coming back to the midline. And yeah, feels a little looser for me. I like to do some shoulder circles then after that. Oh, but it was reminding me of that bus driver, open the door. Did you guys do that? Bus driver, open the door, like you were smashed between the doors? I don't, maybe that was just me. My friends, it wasn't just me because I didn't come up with it, but I just remember that was silly. So that was for levator scap. And it's okay if it doesn't release immediately. That one, again, it can be intense. And it's also hard because you're using the muscle as you press too. You can play around and see if you prefer the opposite hand. So the opposite hand can be helpful. I think the resistance is harder. Like it's harder to resist from your opposite side as it is from the same side. But work with it, feel into what works for you and your body. So now get your prop, and we're gonna take that behind our neck, and you want it to be able to get pretty skinny and to be able to have a nice strong grip on it. So now I like to come into the middle of the neck, and then I just pull and I let my head and neck relax. So it's like this traction of the spine. I'm right at the base of the cranium here, and I like to wrap right around my ears. It just feels so secure. Pulling up. Good. So my hands and arms are active here. My head and neck are pretty relaxed. And you're just relaxing into that. Just breathing. And then I'm gonna move that down the neck a little bit. So it's more in the middle of the neck. And then I'm pulling like forward with it, okay? So, and you can play with what feels good. I kind of, right now, it feels nice to like extend out my arms so my biceps, triceps don't have to be so active. So I'm gonna just like extend my arms straight, but they're wide, obviously, you can see. And then we're just giving ourselves this like really gentle traction. So again, we're not like collapsing the neck. It's still extension, but we're playing into this range. And you might get some really beautiful cracks and pops, or just feel into what feels like a stretch for you. But again, keep your spine elongated. Sitting tall, and you're giving yourself some traction, giving yourself some space in the spine. And then I let my head kind of come forward, and I stretch the back of the neck and the back of the shoulders with the towel or blanket or scarf. And you can really work this however feels good to you. This one's really more of an intuitive movement practice. So again, I'm gonna grab here, And then I'm coming back. I'm still, the towel or blanket is in the center to the cranium. It's like halfway up your C-spine. And then I'm gonna just turn gently. So not my whole torso, but like my neck and my arm. So actually I want to get my grip a little closer so it is more just neck. And then you can tilt the head. So you're getting a different stretch here. Just breathing into it. And then coming back to center. And we're gonna do the other side. So turning and resisting. Creating space in the cervical spine. Stretching. Breathing. Elongating. And then tilting a little bit to stretch the neck. And again, you can stay as long. You can always pause the video or just do these stretches after and do it as long as you like with your breath. I'm just demoing, so you can watch, or you can watch and practice, or both, or one day and one another. Sorry, I'm giving my head a little tug. It feels so good. I like a little oscillation there, a little shaking. Oh yeah. Oh, my earring's coming off. My earring back got caught. Turning into my Maryland buds. Okay, so oh, that feels good too. So now, we're gonna do side to side. So same thing, kind of base of the skull, around the ears. And I actually like this one to get closer, obviously. You can't even see me. Chiquita. So then stretching the side of the neck. And if you can get a good grip with one hand, you can even grab the base of your chair and just stretch with the one hand and really elongate this side of the neck, shoulder and back. Feels so good. I like at least 3 to 5 breaths there. Really nice full inhales and exhales. And then moving to the other side. And if your prop ever gets funky, you can just readjust it. In front of a mirror is a really good way to do this, so that you know you're even. Because obviously it's intuitive movement, so you're feeling in, but then it's good information for you to have. I always suggest people do their stretches in front of a mirror so you can see your patterns. See your asymmetry, start to work with it, balance it out with love and compassion and acceptance. One more big breath. Good. Back up, little tug, little oscillation. Coming down. And so, let's see, I have 1 or 2 more. So another one I really love to do that is more of a front of the neck stretch is making sure again that the back of the neck doesn't collapse, elongating the back of the spine, but you press your hands gently into your sternum and pecs and slowly draw away. So like I'm pressing in and then I'm gently drawing towards the floor. And then give an underbite and stretch the platysma and the SCMs. And this one also, we'll have to lean side to side and really get those SCMs. Oh, they so need it. All the time, pretty much on everybody. They're like primary breathing muscles in this culture, and they're supposed to be secondary. So good for people struggling with TMJ or posterior neck pain that they think is coming from the back, but it's really coming from the front. If you gotta stretch it out in between, go ahead. And then
underbite. Extend and lean to the other side. Feeling into which side is tighter. I always encourage sighing breathing. It relaxes the nervous system deeper. You get deeper in more rapidly.
Oh, that one I could stay in all day, but it's a video, so I might do it after I pause or stop you guys. But if that feels good to you, go for it. I would say you can do that one multiple times a day, up to 15 breaths at a time each side and center. We'd probably all have a lot less neck and shoulder pain if we did that one more. But yeah, people, we have our Technic, right? We're on devices and computers, and that is really impacted. And so lengthening these really contracted muscles is so good for all of us. All right, enjoy.